So before I really go into the video, I just wanted to say a few quick notes. First, for the sighted people that might be watching, I'm going to obviously do the best I can, but obviously I'm not great at being a camera woman, so I apologize if I'm a little shaky or don't really focus on anything really well. And for blind people that are watching, like myself, I will be your narrator for this video. So, yeah. And also, I do have a guest in this video on my iPad. You may or may not hear her. She may or may not make comments. She's also seeing all of this for the first time too. So yeah, at the risk of sounding like a evil dragon, I will say that, you might be a little surprised to hear her. You might not. You might think, I knew they were still friends, whatnot, whatever. You can think what you would like. I've gotten to the point in life where I'm just not really interested in other people's thoughts. Hold on one second. Nightshade, get down. Sorry, the cat is not allowed on the counter and she is up there. Anyway, sorry. But yeah, so Valerie is on the iPad and it is not really anybody else's business. I have best friends. She's not one of them, not against her. We've moved apart, as I have told many of you. And while we don't talk often, it's a very big gap in between the times that we talk. I do talk to her occasionally because we have gone through experiences in our really long friendship over the years where we've both seen some really dark parts in each other's lives. And despite what some of you may think, when you have seen someone else's really dark spots, or they've seen something, an experience that not really anybody else has been through with you, you can't just cut that person off. So yeah, those are my notes. Take it or leave it. And so yeah, let's get started with the video. Okay, so here we are. I'm outside and it is slightly windy, so I apologize. You might be able to gather from the title of the video that I'm going to do a house tour. Also from my earlier notes, that might have given it away, but we are starting outside. I am over here by the mailboxes, which is at the entrance of the loop or the cul-de-sac, or court, whatever you want to call it. Because they're townhouses, the mailboxes are in these, like, there's a whole bunch of mailboxes in one big block. So like this. And there's, I think, like 6 of those big boxes. So bunches and bunches of them like that. The entrance of the cul-de-sac out of the neighborhood. So yeah, we're gonna walk up to the house, and this is where we're starting. Not too far to go, a little in, but not too far. So I'll explain how I find my house, because several people I've told are like, oh, that's kind of smart. Yes, I have those ideas sometimes, but let me switch hands. Okay, so stop to scan on anybody's house too long, or they'll think I'm creepy. But so the first time I wanted to come to the mailbox, I was like, well, what do? I can't find my house when I get, when I leave, because they're townhouses. There's all the paths feel the same. So what I ended up doing was getting a kitchen timer and taking that kitchen timer and setting it to maximum, so 50 minutes, sitting it on my porch. That way, when I walk back towards my house, I can follow the ticking, and voila. So here we are. You might be able to hear it. So this is my townhouse. I want to back up so you can see it. We have a flag in the yard. The little timer is a fox. We have, I don't remember what they are, but we have a welcome mat at the very bottom of the steps here. And there's one at the top of the steps. The yard is up by the house. We want to put gardens there, but there were bushes that we had to rip out. The person that ripped the bushes out cut them down, but didn't rip out the roots and stuff, so we haven't been able to do anything with that yet. But here we go. There's 4 steps, I believe. 1, 2, do not fall over, 3, 4. Well, I counted 4 before I stepped. Sorry. 4. Okay. And then the door. So the screen door. Those of you that can see, that's one side of the porch where we want to put the garden. Okay. I'm going to stop the timer. So I apologize for the sound you're about to hear. Alright, now we're in the house. The door has a door cover on it that's Easter with little bunnies. Push it back up. There you go. Little bunnies, some eggs, a carrot. It says Happy Easter. So let me put the fox on the table and the mail. Okay, so now that we have stepped into the house, oh, sorry. I know I'm moving the camera fast because I'm walking fast. Sorry, I put a box on the carpet. I wanted to pick it up before I forget and die. Okay, so there we go. So, now that we've walked into the house, we'll go back to the front door. Easter bunnies, yay. So we're at the front door. We're looking in. Straight ahead is the hallway. There we go. Now, step inside. I'll shut the big door. So we could go right. So this way. Which then there's the closet. The hall closet's here. And there's a wall in front with some hooks that I have hung a whole bunch of stuff on, including bracelets. Don't know why. I just haven't taken them to my room yet. And then if we turn left at that wall, you can go up the stairs. But we're not there yet. So get up, back at the door, front is hallway, to the right is a space where we can go up the stairs, and to the left is the living room. I do apologize. Yesterday was Easter. My niece and my sister and some other people came over, so things were a little crazy, and we haven't quite gotten to clean up yet. So, so we have on the same wall as the door, we have windows. We have our sofa, and on each end of the sofa is a little square wood end table. In the front of the sofa, we have the coffee table, an area rug. Not in that order. The area rug is below the coffee table.
You sure it's not on it?
It is not on it, I promise. So I just walked all the way over to the one wall. Don't know why I'm knocking on it. The neighbor's gonna think I'm crazy. Anyway, oh well. Next to this one end table, farthest from the front door, my mom has a giant giraffe. Giraffes are her favorite animal. Meet Mr. Giraffe. I'm not sure he has a name. He is, for those of you that can't see, or if I'm not pointing at him correctly, I'm 5'6", and he comes to almost to my shoulder. His head is almost at my shoulder. So he's a big guy. And then next to him, we have a china cabinet full of, yes, giraffes of all kinds. Glass giraffes, statue giraffes, all kinds of giraffes. We have a rocking chair next to that. We have obviously some more boxes that haven't gotten unpacked. We have the on the wall straight in front of the sofa, we have the TV stand. And in that one corner, between the china cabinet and the TV stand, we have another little, almost looks like a flower shaped table behind the rocking chair. Then we have on the other side of the TV stand, we have what do you call that? A pole lamp, tall, skinny pole lamp. And then another china cabinet with which you could probably guess more giraffes. So we'll come back to this other table where I will pick up my iPad and we will continue on. Okay. Okay. I think I just kicked a Smartie because, of course, when my niece eats candy, it ends up everywhere.
Of course.
So, right down the hallway, straight, we come to the dining room area, which also opens up into the kitchen to our left. So the dining area is this whole thing here. To the right, we have another cabinet. We have some more things that need to get unpacked. We have a cat water fountain. Straight in front, we have the door to Mysteryland. Although if you're sighted, you could probably see where it leads. So we'll turn this way to the left. This is the kitchen area. We'll lay the iPad on the counter for right now. So there is an island that kind of separates the kitchen from the dining room. And then come to the other side of the island. We have the sink. I apologize, that's a lot of dishes that I have not, once again, gotten to do yet. And then the oven is opposite the island. So to describe that better, put your hand on the island, kind of makes like a open square. So put my hand down and straight. It turns left into the sink. Hi, spoon. There you go. I just pushed a spoon in the sink. Sorry. So sink, and keep going, and then we turn left again, and here's the oven, I just tapped the stove, the new. Another little piece of counter with the crock pot, or part of the crock pot on it, and then the tiny refrigerator and freezer. Dude, you can't fit anything in this freezer. refrigerator. Small. So very small. Then on this wall, next to the fridge, we have the pantry, which is pretty big. There's some boxes in there that I haven't unpacked, just full of pots and stuff. There's not really anything in there, honestly. And then you're gonna come back towards the dining room, and here's the bathroom. Very tiny. It's only a half bath. So you open the door whenever the door feels like opening all the way. Thank you. To your left, you have the sink. And to the right, you have the toilet. And that's your only options. Sink. Toilet. No one really wants to look at a toilet. Then go back to the dining room, and we will open the mystery magic door. Ooh. Or should I say the mystery magic doors? One door, two doors. Well, hello, wind chimes. We are now on the deck, out back. It does not go down into the backyard. That is achieved by a whole different level. It's a pretty big deck. So we're gonna go out. I was gonna lay my phone on the railing or my iPad on the railing, and then realized that was a very terrible idea. So I'm not doing that. Because then I would have to go down there and retrieve it. There is a road back there that I believe leads out of the neighborhood. So once you leave the cul-de-sac, you would turn onto a road and then turn onto this one and then go bye-bye. So it is a very busy road, which is one thing I'm jealous of, because you'll see my mom's room is the one that faces the deck. So she gets to hear that at night, which is funny because she likes to sleep with her window open too, and she won't do that because she doesn't like the traffic, unlike me. I love traffic sounds. And unfortunately, mine faces the cul-de-sac where there's not really that much traffic. I mean, our neighbors do come in and out of the neighborhood at weird hours, and there are lots of houses in this cul-de-sac, so there's a lot of cars, but it's not as much traffic as what she doesn't want to hear, unfortunately. So we can look down on the puny humans, or the puny humans can look up at us. Depends. Okay, so that finishes the level first floor. We're gonna go back into the door. Ugh. Stepping. Okay. Now, the next level, we're going back in the hallway. And before we go too far, here's an entry here to our left, or to the right if you're walking into the dining room. And then you turn right, and there are the deep dark stairs of the basement. Except the basement's not as scary as I just made it sound.
Are you sure?
Yeah, don't you freak me out. I'll come over there and hurt you.
What are you hiding from the women's institute?
Shh.
That's in your basement.
Shh. This is why we're not showing them the closet in the basement. So we're going down the steps, as you can hear or see. There's a whole bunch of boxes in front of us. Once again, I can only do so much. Mom works so much. I've literally been the one that pretty much unpacked this whole house, and I'm not even exaggerating. Oh, there's a cat. Hi, Nightshade. Did you come to give a tour? Are you gonna give the tour? She's rubbing up against my legs, but I'm not sure that means she wants to run the tour. I've hung a photo on the wall of my mom's, well, of a dog that looks a lot like the one my mom had that she was in love with that passed away years ago. And a bunch of boxes and bins and bags and whatnot that I have not gotten to yet. Sue me. There's two doors. So I turned right, and there's two doors in front of me, including a wall. The two doors both go into the big laundry room. I'm not going to go in there today because it's a washer and dryer and some storage. Really, what is there to see?
Really?
Shh! Don't tell my secrets.
Hiding things, guys.
I'm not hiding nothing. And then we turn right. I've already done that, but hey. And go down this hallway and find things that my cats have knocked over and moved. Good job, guys. Love you lots. More boxes. And then we come into the main area where Nightshade is currently prancing. And to our right, we have the cat tower. We have a cat. We have a table. We have a chair that we're trying to get rid of, and a wooden house that someone made me years ago for collectible figures, and the pellet stove behind. Then we have a shelf up in the corner that has some candles. We have me yawning. The candles are not real, by the way. They are the electric kind. Then straight in front of us, so directly and straight in front of the hallway, we have the door to the basement, which goes into the backyard. So if I want to go to the backyard, I have to come down to the basement and out the back door. And I'm not going to go out there because, well, that's not anything that I feel like doing right now. So, plus it's just a backyard. You saw it from the deck, now you're seeing it from here. Congratulations. And there's a cat trying to get out. Go on. Yes. I'll have to pick that up. We have a trash bag over the door because we can't get anybody to put the blinds up for it. And we don't want people looking in at us because it's creepy. Oh, let me lock that. Okay, now we turn to the left, and we have, next to the door, we have a bookshelf with one of my mom's other obsessions, Nightmare Before Christmas stuff, mugs mostly. There's a giant Oogie Boogie stuffy up there. Then we have some cat crates, litter, the cat box. We have like I say cat box, but it's a really long, almost like a TV stand, but it has two doors. It's cabinets, and the two doors go, you open them, and there's space for two litter boxes. So there's litter boxes in there. You just don't know it. There's two openings on each end of the cabinet so that the cat can go in there, and then there's an entry in the middle where they can go to either side, if that made sense. There's a table next to it with a lamp, nightmare photos on the walls. The cabinet that I was talking about, has our TV on it. We're gonna have a TV in the living room, but we don't have one there yet. We're considering this as the family room. That's why I said it's not that scary. Then we come over here. There's a cabinet with more nightmare stuff. Sorry, my cat just decided to pee at this very moment. It's awkward. Now we're looking at the sofa. It's a big, like, sectional kind of L shape. I don't really know how to describe that. It's just a long sofa with a O shape. Not helpful. Has cup holders. This one side over here does the recline. And there's little built-in not cabinets, but shelves on the wall. That's kind of it for the basement. Oh, yeah, and the closet where I keep Christmas things. Or so I say. Sorry, I'm paranoid because the neighbor did say that they've had snakes in the neighborhood before. And me and my mom are both afraid of them. And I just stepped on something that felt very rounded, which I do know that if I were come into contact and went to step on one, I'm sure it would bite me first, which is a terrifying thought, but you know. I just stepped on something and freaked out for a sec. I was like, oh my god, is that a snake? No, it wasn't. It was a cat toy.
Crazy how you have snakes and we have mice.
Oh, we have those too.
Fun.
Yeah. And I put my phone down and my iPad down because I'm going to try to hang this back up. Even though I'm not a very tall human. Wow, how does my mom do this? I don't know how my mom does this. I'm not a very tall human. And the sad part is my mom's smaller than I am. No! I swear I'll get it someday. I literally don't know how she did this. I'm not freaking tall enough. Did you say something?
No.
It's probably the squeaky door. I'm trying to get it over. I had it over, and I went to shut the door, and it freaking came off of it. So, and I just almost smashed my fingers. Yeah, I don't know how the hell my mom did this. Okay, I give up. She's gonna have to fix it herself. Because it's just frustrating me. I feel paranoid about it, but I'm just hurting myself, and I don't, there's no point, no. I would say what I really think, but I can't say it on YouTube, so. And the cats, I know I had this set up somewhere, and the cats decided to knock it down. Okay, back up the steps. And you creeped me out, which is part of the reason why I'm not down there.
Oops.
Fuck. I mean, crap. Which is why I'm not down there continuing to do that, because you done creeped me out.
Sorry.
Now I have to catch my breath, because I ran up the stairs like a crazy person. Okay. Yeah. For those of you that can see, you're just seeing the face of my iPad because there was nothing really to see at the time. Now I'm picking you up. Okay, we're going up the stairs. So as you go up the stairs, this is a ledge along this wall. Sorry, I'm still out of breath. I need my inhaler. Don't know where it is. Oh well. Yeah, I'm sure you did. I have some decorations. I'm trying to figure out how to name it so you can see a whole ledge. I just have some of my crystals up there. I have this rose. It's called an eternal rose. It's supposed to last forever. It is a real rose, yes. And a little rattle giraffe that I believe was my older sister's. But it was cute, and I decided to put it on the Easter display on the shelf, or on this ledge. I have crystals with positive words on them. I have some crystal eggs, some crystal candy. That does not sound good. Crystal candy, meaning healing crystals in the shape of candy. Now, we're at the top of the stairs. We're going to turn left. We have to do a weird thing, which is right here. There's one step. You turn right, or I said right, left, and there's one single step to get up into the upstairs. It's weird. The first couple weeks we lived here, me and my mom died a couple times. There were a couple times where one of us, almost went tumbling down the stairs because we would get up at 3 a.m. thirsty, and we'd go downstairs and forget about the step.
Okay.
And we would trip down it, and then we would stumble kind of and almost go down the rest of the steps. So it took a while, but we remembered. There are times that I still kind of forget, and I'll turn and just continue walking, and of course my feet hit that ledge because it's not a high step, but it's high enough. And so my feet hit it, and then I go forwards and I land on my face. But at least I'm upstairs, so. So straight ahead is our bathroom. It is huge. Our old house, the bathroom was tiny. It's probably the size of the half bath downstairs. And the one at the old house was a whole bath. So that's saying something when you can fit a bathtub and all that in a small, tiny bathroom. But we're in the bathroom. We have double sinks here. We have a sink here. Oh, I'm not even pointing at it with the camera. Whoops. We have a sink here. That's my mom's side. I'm ambidextrous, but I favor my left side, so I chose the left side of everything, honestly. I chose the left room. I chose the left side of the sink. I'm a lefty here.
It's crazy. I'm the same way.
I don't know why. I've always just used my left hand more. I'm ambidextrous. I can do anything, but left-handed is more my style. Once again, there are some things. It's a little organized. It's a little disorganized, you know. Then we have over here, straight from the door, We have the shower slash tubby, whatever you want to call it. And then back up a little bit. The toilet's right here. I'm not gonna focus on that because who wants to look at a toilet? Once again. And then we come over here next to where we came into the bathroom. So right now we're facing the door that we came in to our right, or if we turn around, whee! Now we're facing like we just came in the door, it's to our left. But there's a linen closet. Yay, towels. There you go. I hear a cat. I see a cat. You see a cat. No, you don't. Oh, stay still. I'm trying to follow you. We're going to make the people dizzy by trying to follow you across the kitchen, bathroom. Fine. Don't be a star. So what they call this a Jack and Jill suite, because as we stand in the bathroom, there are 3 doors to the bathroom. So you can go out the door I just came in, which is the hallway, and then straight ahead is the stairs back down. Or you can come this way, and to the left is a doorway to my room. And to the right, slightly, you have to go forward more. Past the sinkies, to the right is a door to my mom's room. Or we can turn around and go back out the bathroom door that I came in, into the hallway. The stairs are straight up front. We can turn left, or left because I came out of the door, but when you come up the stairs, right, and there's the hallway door to my mom's room, and to the left is the hallway door to my room. So yeah, you can access either room from either bathroom slash hallway. So we'll go in here. This is my mom's room. I'd say it's the master room, but we're still arguing about who has the master bedroom because they're both really, really big and they're both the same size, pretty much. I think one room is like, no joke, an inch bigger. So we both have master bedrooms. So she has her dresser here, to the left of the hallway door, which is what I just walked in. Then we also have her bed is over in the one corner. So straight to the left, that's her bed. She has a king size bed. Next to that, she has a nightstand. Then straight in front of the hallway door, she has a dresser and a jewelry box, like a tall jewelry stand, and I guess what you would call, I think it's just one closet, but it's huge. There's 2 doors to it, and you can go through either door and walk through the closet. Although it's kind of stupid because you can't really walk through the closet because there's a giant metal shelf that kind of spans all the way through, so your shoulders would never fit. Although if you wanted to crawl through it, I guess it could be a crawl through closet. In one door, pop out the other. My niece, when she first came here, she was like, I can just sleep in your closet because we don't really have a guest bedroom. So she's like, it's okay, I can just sleep in your closet. Okay. So we're
do Harry Potter.
Well, if we were going to do Harry Potter, that would have to be the basement stairs because that closet literally is right under the basement stairs. So we're back in the hallway. We're going straight. Whoops, I'm tripping over vacuums. And now we're in my room. To the back up. There's a cat. Oh, I also wanted to point this out, which I'm going to sit the iPad on. Top of the stairs, before you get to my room, is a wall for Val's. It looks just like your wall.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it literally looks just like your wall.
That's cool.
That goes in your room. And I do the same thing that you do with your wall. I sit things on it. And then Mom comes behind me and goes, "Can you not sit things on the wall?" Sure. Sit something on the wall later. Sometimes I'll sit something.
It's a good little sitting spot.
It is. And sometimes I'll sit something on the wall and I'll hear her come up and I'll pick it up. And then when she's gone, I'll sit it back down like, okay. Okay, so now my doorway. I have a large healing crystal ball that is hanging in the doorway. It's in almost like a net, also made by little healing crystal beads, that is holding the healing crystal up. I hope it never gives out, because if it does and I'm underneath of it, it's going to be worse than Newton getting hit in the head with an apple. I come in the door to the left. We have 3 shelves that have like a moon star pattern. And I have crystals on it. If you didn't know, I like healing crystals. I also have... Shut up! I also have on the bottom shelf. Yeah, on the bottom shelf. And I have a square glass box. Well, I mean, the box is wooden, but it has a glass frame in it. And it has bird feathers. And then up here, I made my own display. I'm pointing at a wall, sorry. Why did I put that shelf up there so high? Actually, I'm not the one that installed them. I told them that they were like, "Oh, is it okay if we put this one here?" Because there's 3 of them. They were like, "We want to space them out for you." And I was like, "That's fine." And now I'm like, "Okay, why'd you put it that high up? It's above my head, so I have to reach up to get to it." But I took like a little basket, like a long rectangular basket, and put styrofoam in it, and then stuck all my feathers, the rest of my bird feathers in it, and kind of made like a bird feather collage. Because once again, I collect bird feathers, although I collect a lot of things, so you know, there's that. So we're going to turn back forward, and we have my bed is next to me. We're not focusing on that right now. Straight in front of me is a couple crystals that I apparently forgot were on the floor. Oh no, those are just rocks. I have an ottoman with a cat bed on it. It's a very comfortable ottoman. It doesn't need a chair. It's just an ottoman because it's comfortable. I put a blue cover on it that has, or no, I didn't go with the blue one. It's a cream color ottoman cover with leaves and guess what you might call fauna on it. To the left is a giant closet. I'm not going to open it up because I'm not going to lie, right now it has boxes in there that are not very well stacked. So if I open it, I might die.
Timber!
Right. Avalanche! I have a little square stool / table in the corner that has my candle melter on it. You put the candle under it, it's like a light bulb. You put the candle under it, it melts the candle, makes everything smell nice without actually having a flame. It's nice. There's a cat. Say hi, cat. No? Okay. We're going to turn back around, slip out here. So now we have my bed. I went from a full size to a queen size. I believe I talked about this in the last video. It's a very messy bed. Sorry. Then at the end of the bed, I have 2 jewelry boxes that are tall. They're about up to my shoulders. They open up. And inside is, well, jewelry, because that's what you put in a jewelry box. This one is, they're the same one, but this one came shattered. So my mom took the shattered glass out of it, because the front is a long, tall mirror. She took the shattered mirror out of it and put like a cloth board. So now it's just a pretty blue star covered cloth on the front. It's very pretty. And then this one's the mirror. And then, sorry if I'm making you dizzy, I just spun in a circle. There's the door to the bathroom. I have a desk, which is also kind of cluttered right now. I have a Hot Wheels car that just touched my fingertip and then shot all the way across the floor. So later on, I'm going to slide and die. But, you know, whatever. Oh, nope, I found it. Okay, there you go. So there's this. Above I have posters. I have a Taylor Swift poster. I have a NF poster. I have a poster of Carly Pierce. I have a poster of Ashley Cook. Ashley Cook and Carly Pierce are both country singers, and F is, if you don't know who that is, look it up. Taylor Swift, if you don't know who that is, you got serious problems. I have another closet over here in this corner. I have a little table, a little round table here with a jewelry box on it. This one's a tiny jewelry box. Thinking about maybe not keeping it. Then I have a very, 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 very long dresser with a very, very, very tall mirror on it. Beep, 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 beep. Backing up. There you go. And I've decorated it. The mirror has like, it's not just a mirror, it's almost like what you might call a hutch, I think. It has shelves on it and stuff. And I have healing crystals kind of everywhere, literally. I have healing pendulums hanging from it. I have things, dragons on top. I have a whole bunch of things on the shelves. I have things on the dresser. I can describe some of that. So on the right side of the dresser, the top shelf, we have a crystal tree. So it's a tree with crystal, like healing crystals as the leaves. I have an elephant, a horse, another little tree, a tiger, a crystal leaf, like just a big leaf, another elephant, a bigger set of mommy and baby elephants that are not crystals, they're just statue. Then on the shelf below that I have birds and another tree, and another little tree. Oh no, this is my special tree. So it's a glass tree that comes off, the branches are like little hooks, and then it comes with little, almost like ornaments, and they're glass birds, and you can hang the birds have little loops, and then the loops hang over the branches / hooks of the tree. I have that. And then we have a swan, some owls, birds, lots and lots of birds, another owl, an eagle. This is another owl, my bird shelf here. We have healing crystals over here. Those are like my big pieces. I have a tray of colored healing crystals. I have a little gnome guy who is currently facing the wall like he did something wrong. He had a little bird on his arm, but that broke off. He's holding a little bird feeder. Then I have a random stuffed lamb up here. I have 2 resin dragons. I'll go kind of close with them. Actually, I'll pick up this one. I'll just show you. Here's this one. Then this baby dragon. I have laying on a piece of crystal. I can't remember if this is selenite or not. I know this is selenite. This little piece right here is selenite. I'm gonna lay the lamp back down because I don't know what to do with it. So I have a moon-shaped tray with some stars and moon crystals. I have a glass tray shaped like a broom. The stand part is the, part that you would sweep with. Then there's one shelf that's all cats. The second shelf up is dragons. And the third shelf is all sea animals. Whales, lions? I don't remember ever seeing a lion in the ocean. Whales, dolphins, stingrays, seals. And my mini fan, another gnome guy that's holding a fluffy cat. A nightstand that I'm using for my TV. And then I have my warrior cat stuff. I have a yellow fang stuffed animal cat here. And then I have little figures. I have Brightheart, Firestar, Gray Stripe, Cinderpelt, which is my favorite, and Silverstream. There was a spotted leaf. I wanted it so bad, but I didn't get it. So, and then my trash can. Here's a fan right here. That's my bigger fan. My beanbag chair in front of my windows, because I have 3 windows. And then the table I'm using as a nightstand with a couple of my wolves on it and a couple cups and things that I just haven't, and the lamp. I am a big wolf person. I have above my bed I have a dream catcher that's three kind of circles, and each circle has a wolf in it. And then I have a picture frame up there. I don't even know if I'm focused on it. Hold on. I'd have to get on the bed. Nope. My arms don't reach. My uncle gave it to me for Christmas. It's a collage of a whole bunch of different animals. One of them is a wolf howling. And there's an elk and some other things. Now I'm just sitting on the beanbag chair, pointed back at myself now. Kind of chaotic in here, but it is what it is. Huh? Yeah. Oh, I didn't describe my walls. So two of my walls are a forest green, and 2 of my walls are a sky blue. So the one wall with the bathroom door and the hallway door is green, and the one behind my back, which is across from the bathroom, straight in front of the bathroom doors, is also green, and then both sides are blue. And that's kind of it. And then there's the window where we open it and stalk our neighbors. I mean, I didn't say that. I don't stalk my neighbors. That's be silly. I do not lay on the floor, open my window, and listen to what the neighbors have to say. That would be just weird. Okay, I do it sometimes because I can't help myself. It's not my fault, though, that the beanbag chair is laying right under the window. So if I lay on the beanbag chair and open the window, well, if the neighbors down the street are arguing about their groceries, I hear it. And I bring that example because that's what we were fighting about at 2 a.m. the other morning. There's one couple down the road, and when I say down the road, I mean like 3 houses down, I guess, that keep fighting. And it's weird. I hear them at all hours, but I mostly hear them at night. So I don't know if they're vampires or what's going on there, but they argue about the silliest, stupidest things I have ever heard. The other night, they come home. I hear them get out of the car. I can tell they're carrying, like, getting bags out of the car, and I can kind of hear, because it's the second floor up, obviously, I can kind of hear voices echo, so I can hear them talking, and oh, sorry I yawned again. She walks up to the house, and I guess goes inside. Or no, he goes inside with the stuff. And she is still out by the car. I can tell she's kind of like digging through the trunk. And all of a sudden I just hear, "Babe, what kind of milk is this? Why'd you buy this milk?" And I'm kind of sitting there going, what? First of all, it's 2 a.m. Why are you screaming? Your neighbors are sleeping. I'm not, but that's not the point. The point is, there are kids and stuff in this neighborhood, and you're outside screaming about milk. And her husband goes, "They didn't have the brand we usually drink." I forget what it was now, but for example, he was like, "They didn't have Walmart's brand. They only had this brand." That's it. That was the problem. I would get it if, like, for example, they drink whole milk and he bought 2%. I'd get that because I don't like 2%. Yucky. But it wasn't that. He bought the right milk. He just didn't buy the right brand. That's it. Not the right brand. I'm kind of like, call me a novice or whatever, but what the heck's the difference? Milk is milk. I mean, obviously, like I said, 2% and whole milk aren't the same, but what is the difference if it's Walmart's whole milk and Giant's whole milk, you know? Like, who cares? But that was what they were fighting about at 2 a.m. She was extremely upset with him because he didn't buy the brand they like. And when he was like, "Oh, they didn't have it," she was like, "And you didn't think about going and looking somewhere else?" I'm like, dang. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. Who even shops at 2 o'clock in the morning for groceries? First of all. Second of all, I didn't even know that anybody was open at 2 o'clock in the morning to buy groceries. Well, yeah, Walmart used to be a 24-hour thing, and now it's, sorry, we close at 11. So I don't know where they bought groceries, but they bought groceries, and they were arguing about them. And then the other day, about a week or two ago, well, let's just say it was midnight, and I heard things I didn't want to hear. In other words, they got out of the car, and she starts walking up their sidewalk, and his phone starts ringing, which, by the way, not that you need to know this, but he has a very annoying ringtone. I want to smash it. Especially because he lets it ring forever. And then he answers. This isn't a suspense movie. Just answer your phone. So he is at the car. He answers his phone. And at the top of her lungs, up by the house, she goes, "Hurry up with that phone call. I want to have, we'll just call it, fun, or, I want a tango tonight. And we have to do it because my female problems are going to start in a day or so, and I need to get this over and done with." Except she had a lot more detail in it. A lot more details that I cannot, A, feel comfortable saying, B, YouTube will not let me say the things that were said. But I was just kind of sitting there going, why? Why must we do this? I have to admit, that's one of the times where I just slammed my window as hard as I could because I was hoping they would hear the window shut and be like, oh shit, people can hear us. Apparently not. They still argue.
You must be living in Overshareville.
Overshareville. Yeah, I think so. But yeah, so this is what we have. It's really nice. I like it. I don't know how.
Do a little Q&A at the end. I have a couple.
Sure, go.
Viewers that want to know.
Sure, go ahead.
Let's see.
Hold on one second. I don't know. You're on the bed and I'm on the beanbag chair. Let me get up and grab my iPad so it's clear. I don't know if you guys heard, but she said we're gonna do a Q&A real quick. Okay. Back to the beanbag chair. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. What is one of the most dreaded things that you thought of before the move?
Not being able to walk places. I used to walk to the stores and stuff at my old house. If I needed something, it was just, oh, hold on, I'm just going to walk to ShopRite. Around here, there's not really anywhere to walk. I can, but A, I'm not used to this area, so I don't feel comfortable. B, there's no sidewalks whatsoever. And C, I just don't know what I'm doing.
I will have to put this here. I know you've shown them the timer thing for the mail. When she told me that, I was like, that is so resourceful. Like, a lot of people, they don't take the time to kind of think about how can I make my, this daily routine something that I can do, and to find a timer and to do that, like, that is so smart. Like, I was so, like, struck in. I was like, wow, that's cool. And, I told her that she's smart, not in, like, an insulting way, because she's very intelligent, but because, like I said, no one can think outside the box to be like, oh, let me do this and see if it works. Like, that's genius. So what was the most excited part of the move?
First of all, before I answer that, because I have to go over in my head how to answer that nicely. The funny thing about the timer is it's a smart idea unless you completely forget to sit it down and you set it and you walk to the mailbox and you look down and you realize the timer's still in your hand, and then you have to call Ira because your dumbass just walked to the mailbox with the timer.
Yeah.
Because I've done that twice now, and I've kind of gotten to the mailbox, and I'm like, why can I still hear it? I don't understand why I can still... Oh, yeah.
But the idea itself. The idea itself is amazing. Like, I would never have thought of that.
So the most exciting thing about this move is that in our old house, it was me, it was my mom, it was my sister, it was my niece, it was my sister's husband, and it was just way too much. It was way too many people. Some of us did not exactly get along 100% of the time, and so they went and moved into their own house. We have our new house, and things are a lot calmer and just kind of peaceful, honestly.
What is any kind of advice that you would give any person with visual impairment or any kind of disability that has to move? Good, bad, up, down, ugly, whatever, any pointers?
So if you have to move, and this is kind of what I did, if you have to move, it is a possibility, because sometimes obviously it's not a possibility, but if you have the chance, walk through the house a couple times without any furniture in it. That way you can familiarize yourself with the format of the house without having to trip over things. Because I did that a couple times. My mom would be like, oh, I have to meet the real estate agent over there so that we can, do this or that. And I'd be like, oh, I'm going to come along. And then while they did their thing, I would familiarize myself. That way, when I moved into the house, I already had it formatted in my head. I already knew where everything was because I had investigated deeply before actually moving in. So I think that's one thing that really helped.
Mm-hmm. It's always good to, if you're living with people that aren't disabled, to kind of just, I call it poke around, step away from them and kind of just explore,
Right. Well,
you have your cane.
That's exactly it. And don't just
let them show you around. You gotta do it yourself.
Right. Don't be like, okay, I'm gonna hold on to your arm, now show me. It doesn't work. You have to literally let go and say, you do your thing, I wanna do this.
Because in the end, if this is your new home, it's you that's gonna have to know, okay, where's the bathroom at? Mm-hmm. Where's the kitchen?
Yep. Also, don't do a me. I'm gonna give you advice. Don't do a me. Take your cane. Please take your cane. Because when you are not familiar with the house, you may turn a corner and go, hey, I wonder where this goes. Oh, basement steps. Dum, 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 dum.
Yeah. A cane would be good.
I didn't do that. Well, actually, no, I did have my cane in my hand, but I wasn't using it. So I turned that corner and I was like, "Ooh, is this a closet? Wow, this looks like a really big dum 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 dum. That's not a closet."
Yeah, use that arm extendo and use that thing.
Do not stop using that until you are familiar with your house.
Yes. Okay, and lastly, what is one part of the house or neighborhood or whatever that you did not like at first, so when you moved in, you got used to? And vice versa, if you didn't like something and you still don't like it.
I mean, I've gotten better used to it, but when we first moved in, I really didn't like how the deck doesn't go to the backyard. I hated the fact that I have to go to the basement to get out into my backyard. That's stupid. There should be little
Right.
steps that go down from the deck to the yard. Do. I shouldn't have to go all the way down to the basement. Now I'm just kind of like, it is what it is. I love the deck,
Right.
so, whatever. So I've gotten used to it. I also like it because I can be I hate to say this, but I can be an idiot, roll around on the deck and spin around in circles, and I don't have to worry about flipping downstairs because there's a railing on all three sides, so I'm just going to whack into a railing. Which, by the way, don't spin on the deck. You'll whack into a railing and it hurts. But at least you won't go down the stairs.
Good advice.
Also, don't spin on the deck because you'll get dizzy and disoriented, and then you'll smack into the glass door.
Ow. I don't know how people would do that, but that is very good advice.
I don't know either. I didn't do it or anything, but Okay, look, I was having fun, and I heard birds all over the place, and I didn't know where to look, so I was just spinning in circles going, birds, and then, well, it got a little out of hand. And I thought I was walking towards the railing so I could continue looking at the birds, and the next thing that happened was a big thud as I hit the door. So, yeah.
Fun times.
No spinning in circles anymore. I'd like to say that was a one-time thing too. It sort of kind of wasn't. One thing that I hate and I'm still not used to is the fact that, like I said before, I can't walk anywhere.
Yeah.
I feel so trapped.
Yeah.
Also, my body is still not used to the stairs. I go up and down the stairs, and I'm just like, okay, I'm done.
Are you still getting feet burn?
Oh, no, that's actually gotten better. No, thank you for mentioning that. So, when I first moved in, I hated the stairs because my heels, the back of my legs, were rubbing up and down those carpeted stairs, and I had rug burn from the stairs so bad that my skin was actually starting to bleed and crack. I guess now my skin's like, I'm stronger than you now, because I have not had any problems with that for a month or so now. Kind of forgot about that little issue. I think that's kind of it.
That's good.
Any other questions?
Nope, that's it.
Then we're going to finish it off. Till next time, this is Mouse. Mouse in the house. Oh, by the way, if you don't understand that, my mom calls me Mouse because things will disappear in the kitchen at night. She'll come down and be like, hey, where'd the peanut butter cookie go? I had one left. Now it's gone. I'll be
like the marshmallow to Lucky Charms.
Better example. If you didn't hear her, she said like the marshmallows to the Lucky Charms. So, now this was years ago, but one day, my mom woke up and went downstairs to get cereal and poured herself a bowl of cereal and realized that her Lucky Charms were just charms. That somebody, who knows who, I don't, came and stole every single marshmallow out of the box. Somebody had midnight munchies and wanted Lucky Charm marshmallows. So they went downstairs and they literally took every single marshmallow out of the box of cereal. Not even leaving a single marshmallow. I would... See, the funny part is I would like to deny it and say it wasn't me. But it was. I'm sorry, but I wanted marshmallows. But anyways, so, you know, you do these things. You don't want to admit it, so you go, it wasn't me. Well, obviously, there was no one else to do it. So, my mom started saying, oh, that damn mouse. There must have been a mouse that stole the marshmallows. There must have been a mouse that stole the last peanut butter cookie. And so I became Mouse because, you know, things disappear. Mouse took it. I'm Mouse. So, yeah, Mouse in the house. And if you ever lose your marshmallows and your Lucky Charms, I did not do it. Or did I? No, I didn't. Also, by the way, they also make Fruit Loops and Fruity Pebbles with marshmallows. If those also disappear, well, they won't. But if they disappear, especially the Fruity Pebbles, you're not just going to be missing your marshmallows. You'll be missing the Fruity Pebbles, too. But I didn't do it. I swear. Anyway, bye!